Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the GRI 4532C. This is a miniature low-profile reed switch, which is set in cast aluminum, which makes it durable for environments that would be, subject to traffic, foot traffic, really. People coming in contact with it, moving parts, I'm thinking an overhead door, things of that nature. The 4532 features a wide working gap of up to 3 inch. And then 2 foot of armored cable. This looks like it's 1/4 inch armored cable, making it durable. This can be mounted in a variety of different applications. I've seen this certainly installed, just like this. I've seen it installed in other applications as well. However, whatever you're going to be mounting this to, this would certainly work, irrespective of the orientation. The 4532 is available with an optional L bracket, which is which you would order their 4532. I don't see a drawing of that from the manufacturer. Oh, I do actually. Yeah, I'll show that to you when you switch to the screen view. The unit is set the unit is prepared as a set. You're going to get of course, what is generally the floor portion, the opposite portion, door portion perhaps, a package of fasteners, some machine screws, lead anchors. Now, this is there are 3 leads on this, so that tells me that this is a single pole double throw switch. A single pole double throw switch is it's also known as a Form C switch. A Form C switch would normally have one normally open, one normally closed, and then one common wire. So that's what you would see with that. So what you would do with a single pole double throw switch, is really limited only by imagination. This type of switch would change from normally closed to the normally open position when you have the presence of the magnetic field that would be occurring in this reed switch. So you have a single pole, and then you have a double throw. You have a throw here and a throw here. And depending on the position of the switch in relationship to itself, if you've got one here and here, let's do this. This is either here or here, here or here. So it's also here or here, here or here. So what you're going to end up doing with the switch when it is in the closed position where current would flow, or would not, or possibly would not flow depending on how you wire it, is based on what your requirements are. You may want to have current flowing through. You may want it to be normally open such that when the door is closed you have no current flowing through. But when the door is open, now the circuit is closed, allowing an annunciator, a buzzer, some sort of bell to ring, so that when the door is open, there is some sort of thing happening that will tell us or tell whomever that the door is open. So you can easily do that with a normally open or normally closed sort of condition. It's either electricity can flow or it can't flow, depending on the position of the switch in relationship to itself. Pretty straightforward. It's just a matter of what your ultimate requirements are, and then having the switch wired so that it accommodates that requirement. A couple basic dimensional properties. The floor portion has an overall length of 3.5 inch, indeed, 1.5 inch wide, a height of about 3/8 of an inch. What I'll call the door portion, or the magnet case they call it, about 3 1/16. Overall projection looks like it's about 2 inch, or depth with with an overall projection of about 1 1/8 inches. Okay. They say that this is 2 foot worth of lead. Sure looks like it is. Right on. 24-inch of cable. Let's switch to the screen view now, where we can take a closer look at the supporting documentation. Okay, so here's the item that we are looking at online. Low cost, miniature floor mount, universal magnet for flexible mounting, cast aluminum, 2 foot cable, sealed magnet, mounting hardware included. There is the link here to the template. Let's take a closer look at that. An overview again of what we've talked about, showing our 4532, except that we're doing the C version, which means that it is a single pole double throw. You can do a closed loop or an open loop version of this as well. Closed loop, I would take that to mean normally open and normally closed. Those would have just 2 leads coming off of them. The single pole double throw ought to have 4 leads coming off of them. With 2 leads, you don't know if it's normally open or normally closed, but you could easily simply test that with a voltmeter to determine the presence of voltage when the switch is put together and when it's separated, when the 2 parts are separated. More marketing data. The 4532 bracket is shown here. Okay, should you need to have some ability to put that onto some sort of angle or change the projection of where you might mount it. Dimensional properties that we've discussed initially. Here's the table of what we're looking at. 4532C. It can be an open or closed loop because it's single pole double throw. Closed loop is normally open. An open loop is normally closed. So normally open is this. When you take the switch out of the package and you have the parts on your desk, there is no there's no proximity of each part to the other, which means that the electrical configuration is normally open, which means current does not flow through that circuit because the circuit is open. When you bring the 2 pieces together, the circuit will be closed, allowing current to flow. And when you remove the 2 parts from each other, it will go to its natural state of being normally open. If you want to have the ability to do 2 different things based on open or closed, you could do a single switch. That would be single pole double throw. Single pole double throw, actually I have an image here. It's called a form C is what it's known as. So your common wire, you've got 3 wires, common, normally open, normally closed. And you're going to wire those depending on what you want to have happen in either instance. If you want 2 things to happen at once, you double pole double throw. I said 4. You'd be looking at 6 wires coming off of that. A double pole single throw would be 4 leads. So that's what it looks like. That's what a Form C looks like. This table will also, give you those other part numbers. Also tell you how much current you can run through the unit. At 250 milliamps, that's not a tremendous amount of switching current. It's a 1/4 amp, so you have to be mindful of what you're going to have running through this. If you're going to install a magnetic lock that requires 350 milliamps, you wouldn't want to use this switch for allowing current to go through. Maximum voltage. Okay, that's we deal only in low voltage here. I don't know what the cutoff for low voltage is. It might be 48 volts, but we don't really get above 24 volts. Not at all, in fact, that I can think of. So the name GRI is quite synonymous with switches like this. There's a link here to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the GRI products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website. I have contacted the factory on a couple of occasions, and have received exceptional technical support just when I needed clarification as to a definition or an ability of them to produce something, things of that nature. So very handy information that's here. Let's wrap up this video on camera. So where you're going to very commonly see this is literally in an overhead door application, where you need to be able to, I would think that a normally open switch would work in a typical alarm system, but you may want to be able to do something in addition to that with a switch like this. You might be able to not only have the alarm fail or into a point of activation, but you might also want to have an annunciator. Could be that you might do that as well. Okay, if you have any questions on the GRI, this is their part number 4532 mini contact overhead door switch, single pole double throw, or any other GRI product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you. If you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up. Please click subscribe as well, and even share the video with someone that you know. And if you have any questions for a future video, please send them our way and we will make every attempt to oblige. And thank you very much.